Game time, Brian. Your name's staying the icon. You need a way to the fire. Lady with hammer stills gunned in the living room. Just a mailbag full, delivering letters. Now I'm dropping that fuel from the 9 to 5 to the Cowboys grind. Turn my voice into a platform. Game time, Brian. Every snap, every play, break it all down. Blue and silver pride, yeah, I rep this town. From the news to the rumors, every hot debate. If it's Cowboys talk, man, I'm never late. They say America's team, yeah, the name holds weight. Five rings deep, and we still chase it. No matter win or lose, I stay locked in. Every game day is game time again. Game time, Brian, put the star in the sky. Talking about the boys till the day I die. From the mail route grind to the YouTube fame. Now the whole world knows my name. Tune in, lock in, yeah, we going live. Cowboys Nation, yeah, we ride or die. Opinions fly, but the passion stays. Every day's game time. Press play. Dak takes the snap, Micah on the chase. Talking O-line, defense, who's making the plays? Trays, rumors, draft picks too. If it's Cowboys news, then you know I come through. No network scripts, just a fan with a voice. Doing this my way, yeah, that's my choice. Breaking it down for the real, no cap. If you're riding for the star, then you know where we at. They say America's team, yeah, the name holds weight. 5 rings deep and we still chase 8. No matter win or lose, I stay locked in. Every damn day, it's game time again. Yeah, top run, put the star in the sky. Talking about the boys till the day I die. From the mail rail grind to the YouTube fame. Now the whole world knows my name. Tune in, lock in, yeah, we going live. Cowboys Nation, yeah, we ride or die. Opinions fly, but the passion stays. Every day's game time. Press play. Leg nights, early mornings. Yeah, I built this up. Did it for the fans, never just for love.
I figured it out. Finally. Sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties. Surprise, surprise. Let me see. I feel like I'm not bright enough. Is there enough light in here? That's not going to work. I don't know. Let me know if the lighting is good. It's a little, it feels like it's light in here. I don't know. A little change up the camera actions. Yeah, it wasn't, I don't want to confuse anybody, but it wasn't saying that I was live. So when I went over to there, I'm like, it's not showing me live. It's still not showing me live. Am I live? I didn't even change my damn name like a jackass. I didn't do anything. This is crazy, bro. Let's see here. I'll change my name. Not that you guys don't know my name already. All right, there it is. Link is up in the chat. Link is up if anybody wants to join. Chris May, I texted you, brother. I don't know if you got back to me. Ultra Cowboy. There you go. Ultra, he may or may not hop on. There he is. Breaking news. Momo's act as the crack ventriloquist has won America's Got Talent. Ultra, that's big time, bro. Shout out to Momo. We love Momo. We do. Yeah, I apologize for that. I don't understand what's going on. I restarted. I did 1,001 things, but I've been outside since early this morning getting stuff. Again, I'll have to do a live stream about my little setup. The pool is not, it's open. I got a solar cover on it. trying to warm it up. It's been kind of cold here. It's a little chilly. It's been breezy, but great job, Momo, says CZ. Let's get to the chat. We'll go to the top. We got Curtis. What's up, Curtis? I know I ain't going to be able to be a part of your game on your chat, but I hope I have a good day. Curtis, we all hope that you have a good day, brother. First and foremost, condolences. I know every day is a struggle for you, bro. If you ever need to talk, sometimes I can answer, sometimes I can't, depending on my job, but give me a call. Logan, what's up, brother? Everyone has positive today. I don't want to fight. Logan, just because I call you out, it's all part of the channel. I reached out to Drew just to make sure he understands. I want Drew a part of the channel. Without Drew, it's a Cowboy Homer channel. So just keep that in mind. Everybody in the chat, keep in mind that Drew is doing me a solid by sticking the knife in us a little bit. At the end of the day, isn't that what we want? We want the knife stuck in us because we want change with our franchise. Drew's not going to die if Dallas wins the Super Bowl. He ain't going to like it, but it'll be good. It's all fun. It's all fun and games. I was on with him the other day on Dan Cilio's show, trying to drag some viewers over my way. I'm getting the subscribers. I'm getting, I'm doing good. I'm not trying to be greedy or not greedy or piss anybody off. Somebody, like a lot of these channels that I was helping out, or they were helping me, then I was helping them. I blew right past them, and now they're like, don't want to answer my calls. So I'm like, I'm trying to help you out, bro. But whatever. It is what it is. People get all butthurt. This isn't my job. I do this part-time. I do it as much as I can. You see Primetime Phil. Phil has all the skills to do everything and more. But he can't do videos because it's a lot of work. And Phil's a mover and shaker at his job. So just keep that in mind. Logan Motorsports, I love you, bro. But we're going to disagree when it comes to the Eagles and the Cowboys. I can't stand the Birds. I hope Dallas wins 10 out of 10 times. Is it going to happen? No, it's not. That helps the channel, if you get what I'm saying. Chris May, what's up, brother? I did text you. The season calls, says Chris. CZ, what's up, my Eagle buddy? What's up, CZ? I appreciate you as well. Again, it takes everything. I'm trying to grow this channel to be multi. I want Momos. I want, the Fires, the Commando people. I want the Wade, the Walker Wades. I want the Drew McLaurens. I want all these people. I want the Leo Bridgewaters. I do. That's what makes it a good channel. Vinny Hagan, my man from Manahawkin. What's up, Vinny? We need to find a way to get you to Vegas. Again, we got loyal Cowboy. If you want to hang with us, you can stay on the couch in our room, me and Phil. I don't care. Come to Vegas, bro. Come hang out for a few days. Have fun. We haven't gotten tickets to the game. I'm sure we will. But, come out. Hang out. John Gotti, what's up, my man? How are you, bro? I always appreciate your support. I've been talking to I don't know if you know, John Gotti, a skinny Joey Merlino. He's the man. So, Vinny Hagan, there you go. Even colder here in Northeast. Yeah. CZ, it's a little chilly and windy here. It's big time. Coyote, there he is. What's going on, brother? How are you, Coyote? Who else we got? Do we have any? Oh, we got people waiting. My bad. That's all me. You know why? I'll tell you why. I didn't say play sound when people. There you go. Sorry, Chris. I was an idiot. Mark Hutchinson, there he is. We need to get Mark out to Las Vegas. Mark, come on, bro. We're staying at the Mandalay Bay. There's a walking path from Mandalay to the Raider Stadium. We could do some live streams. We could talk whatever you want to talk about. Me and Phil really want to make this trip about bonding with our most loyal subscriber. Anybody can come, but you guys that show up most every time, that's what we want. If I could find a way to get Chris May, who's probably the nicest guy that I've met on YouTube, if I can find a way to get him there, we can get him there. I know it's not easy, but again, that's That's the goal of the channel here. Arturo Gomez, where you at? Are you coming? Come on now. Talk to the wife. Do what you got to do. You're retired. You're retired. Do what you got to do. Mouse is in the house. Thanks, brother. I'm sorry. I don't know what was going on with the broadcast. I don't really know. Ultra, my man's in the house. What's up, Ultra? Primetime Phil. I'm going to text Game Time if you wanted me to teach him how to do overlays, and then I find him on here doing a broadcast. Prime time. I told you last night, brother, that I would do a morning/afternoon. East Coast. I just got done outside. I'm home alone. Well, I'm basically home alone. Me and the dogs. Why not do a live stream? Yeah, Ultra. I was thinking about you last night, brother, when it came to the Knicks game. Adrian, where you been? How you doing, Adrian? But anyway, here you go. We got Thomas Garrett. We got Chris May. We got Virus in the house. How are you gentlemen doing? I appreciate all of you. There's Loyal. There he is. How are you, Thomas?
Good movie, prime
Oh,
time.
my, just put my clothes on.
Yeah.
Pause.
Well, it is Tennessee. It's an hour earlier. So it's what? It's
Yeah.
11:45 there, or 10:12, whatever.
It's 11:45, as a matter of fact.
Oh, so you're 2 hours. You're 2 hours behind me. Okay, I got you.
No, one.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's like 12:45 here.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
Vegas
2
is
hours.
two.
He's an hour.
Yeah, Vegas is 2.
Yeah.
No, it's
James
3.
and Taylor, what's up? Yeah, Vegas is 3 for me, 2 for Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird. We're on mountain, so I know Vegas is on Pacific. Every
Yeah,
time I
Vegas
go,
is 3
it's weird
hours
as hell.
difference from me.
It's weird as hell. You
It
go
is. It is weird.
right just across 35 miles in the jackpot, your phone changes. It's like, what
Dustin
the hell?
Bosley, what's up, brother? This is for you, Dustin. Where you at, brother?
It's crazy how they
I can't
measure
find
that
it.
stuff.
Going on, good people?
How much loyal is that?
You still
What's
down
up,
in
everybody?
Texas, dude?
No, I got
I'll be right back, boys.
yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to the Star, man. It was nice.
Yeah, I know. I saw that
It
on
was
my.
real nice.
I saw you post some pictures on my Facebook page. Shoot, I haven't been on Facebook in a couple of days, man. They don't shut it down. I'm not in
Oh,
jail
wow.
or nothing. I'm not in jail or nothing. They just turned it off.
Mhm.
That's cool, though.
Yeah,
I
I
saw
just,
the trophies. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the phone place and see if they can turn it on for me.
Yeah,
But
it was
it's probably
nice. I mean,
it's probably something minor.
yeah. I did a little virtual interview with Jerry Jones, and
Mhm.
talked to a little virtual Jerry Jones.
That's cool. What do you say?
Oh, nothing. I mean, it was scripted because I was asking him like, well, when are you going to start spending money on players? They didn't have an answer for that.
He's like, boy, don't be
Uh,
talking like that yet.
What happened to the old Jerry Jones? Go get a Jerry Jones.
We're kind of seeing it this year, though, a little bit,
The last of the blackberry.
You
I like what they're
traded
doing this
Jerry
year.
Jones in for a new one. A new model.
Yeah, it was a little better. We'll see.
A little. I
It's
think much
definitely a new
better. I
era,
think.
man.
Yeah, definitely a new era.
I mean, all these people are doubting us, but then again, it could go really bad or it could go really good. No one knows.
Yeah.
All these trolls like, oh, you guys are going to suck, but you don't know that.
But you know what's so crazy
Don't
about
know.
all of that? You know what's so crazy about all of that? It seemed like every time when people predict that we're gonna have a bad year,
We do
Well,
good.
We
not
do a
gonna-
great year.
Well,
November
we
people
not
are hypocrites
17th
too
month.
because when
Next year.
Dracula first got there, they didn't say anything about Dracula.
Yeah, I know.
So people are hypocrites.
Because now you got a coast that's new. Yeah.
Well, what did he coach?
I
What
don't
did
know.
It's like, well, he's been in the NFL for so long. It's just
People just like to piss in our Cheerios. They don't want to see us happy. That's what it is. They want to see us
nah.
miserable as fans and
Well,
all
I
that.
see he's
But
been
they don't want
around
to
a
see us
while
happy.
being a coordinator. Not only that, he was part of that Seattle team where they went to the Super Bowl. He definitely knows
Mhm.
what's going on. So,
Mhm.
what did
Well,
Sirianni
people
have
just
before
troll.
then?
Yeah.
I'd like to know
Right.
that. I need to look that
Mm.
up.
What's that?
Man. What did Nick Sirianni do before he was coaching or
What
before
he
he
like a special teams coach or something like that? I don't even think he
No,
was
I
a
have no
he
coordinator. I
was
clue.
think it's.
no, he
I
was the
thought he was
OC of the
just.
coach. He
Oh,
was
was he?
OC of the coach.
Oh, was he? I thought he
Yeah,
was a
he was.
special teams coach or something.
No, he was OC
No.
of the coach
Sorry,
before he got.
I had
Well,
to
that's
grab
I
awesome.
something
never
He's
from
heard
done
the
of
it
him
door.
before
before.
that, so
What happened,
It's
Brad?
just it doesn't mean
I
that
never
No, I
heard
had
of
somebody
Dracula
knocking
before
on the
that.
door.
Marty
Oh, okay.
Sunkamp.
I don't know what the
It
hell was
wasn't
going
me.
on.
It was the post office.
Yeah, it was the
Game
post
time, I need
office
you to come
fucking
back
me.
to work.
She caught me in the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. Get back to
Saturday
work.
Saturday
How dare you?
deliveries.
How dare your days all fall perfectly
But you
around
know
the
what I got to say
holiday?
to those trolls? Haters gonna hate, lovers gonna love.
Real
I don't
quick.
mess around with none of the above.
Yeah,
I'm
my
about to
shit's
piss
not
on you.
working good at all.
Yeah, I like
Hold
that.
up
That's
here.
good.
I gotta go on here because my
So stop your day job.
It is really good.
my shit's not working. Let me see here. Go live. All right, there we go. That's better. It's better. Sorry, everybody. A shout out to Chris May with the super chat. He goes in the hopper. I appreciate you. Anyway, back to reality. So, as you see by my thumbnail, the key to our season is going to be our offensive line. Do you guys agree or disagree or what?
I totally
Yeah,
I
agree
agree.
with that.
Agree.
Great.
I mean, I think, listen, I'm sorry. I don't care if you guys want to disagree or whatever. Don't you think our our defense is going to be good? Thomas, let me talk to you. Let me go to Thomas first, and then we'll go around the room. Thomas, don't you think our defense is going to be good?
Yeah, I agree. I think our defense is going to make a drastic improvement. If we could do what we did year 4 last with the big plays and everything of that nature, I think we're going to make a tremendous jump.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
I
if
mean,
the defense make a drastic, go ahead.
no, well, like last night, me and Phil, we had the live stream, and we talked about it. And I reached out to Drew. I wanted Drew on here. Let me put Phil's channel in the chat. Sorry, excuse me for a second. It's broke ass. Paste. There we go. There it is. My guy, my partner in crime.
Thank you.
Couldn't do it without him. Listen, as we talked about last night on Primetime's channel, I believe our defense is going to be a strength of our team. I really do. And people say, "Wow, I just look at that's where the biggest question marks is." But when I say strength, this is what I mean. People go, "Well, you got Pickens, you got Jadon Blue, you got the tight ends, you got." I'm just saying, I believe the biggest jump from 2024 to 2025, and this is the 2025 season, even though it's kind of out of whack. But yeah, this is the 2025 season coming up is going to be our defense, right, Phil? I mean, don't you believe that the difference between our team is going to be on the defensive side of the ball? We expect the offense to pick up where it left off, and we'll talk about the offensive line, but pick up, I think, even though I have the thumbnail as the offensive line is the key, those two particular guys, I think our defense is probably might be the strength of the team. I don't know. Am I wrong, Phil, or what?
No, when I look at this team, I mean, when I look at the offense, obviously wide receiver got better by the additions of George Pickens, so that makes everything else at least open up. You have some options at running back. That doesn't mean you have the answer, but you at least have an answer for Tony Pollard leaving, and that's a year or so later, but at least you have that. So there's those things there that we know for certain. Dak is going to have his ups, he's going to have his downs. Those are those constant things. But the defense is, again, those where I feel like we did improve in all those positions, but we do have question marks in a lot of those positions as well. So that's that up and down, and if they can play solid, and they can. And then when you take that as just the roster, and you don't even add in the fact that you're adding a defensive coordinator in Matt Eberflus, and yes, people that are naysayers about the Cowboys and everything, they definitely have ammo. It's the first year, all this kind of stuff, but we have ammo too, man. Matt Eberflus has always improved that defense, and that's something, he's not just here for 1 year, where we're kind of hopefully setting him up for it to be that kind of position. Maybe he's come to the conclusion where he's hopefully thinking that he's like a Ron Rivera, where he's a defensive coordinator, he's not a head coach. And hopefully we'll benefit from that whole thing. But I know when we look at it as Cowboy fans, that the defenses, they improve just by his scheme alone. He puts his players in position to make plays, and that's why guys like Sanborn and stuff come over. And I'm even excited about a simple player like that. But when you put him in our defense, he's no longer simple.
Yeah,
You
go ahead,
know,
Tom.
Brian,
Yeah,
Brian, it's funny.
Yeah, hold up.
It's funny
Loyal. You
because
coming after?
if you remember back in 2023, our defense started the year off just kicking ass, and when that happened, everybody was like, "Well, man," everybody was huffing and puffing, "Man, what's wrong with the offense, man? Man, the offense suck, man. Man, I told you, everybody was just huffing and puffing." And I told a couple of people, I said, "Man, just chill out, man. The defense is winning us games for us. Somewhere down the line, the offense is going to come around," in which he did. And when the offense came around, everything just mended together, both the offense and the defense. And we were just kicking ass, and
Taking names, basically.
Kicking that. Unfortunately, that was the year when Green Bay knocked us off in the first round of playoffs.
Well, go ahead,
But,
Loyal. Get in here.
Well, I think that it depends on, first and foremost, time of possession. If our offense can control time of possession, it's going to set our defense up fine. If our offense goes 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, that could dictate how our defense does. But if our offense can take advantage of time of possession, I think it'll set our defense up to be rested, stuff like that. And more importantly, the health of our defense. If our defense can stay healthy and morale is high and chemistry is there and all that, I think we'll be
here's
good.
my thing, Ultra, in the chat. He says Clemente Jaden is going to give those throws, those Eagles linebackers, blue balls. They can't cover him. But anyway, I kind of think, Loyal, that I expect a high, especially after the acquisition of a George Pickens, I expect a high volume, a high output offense. I'm not like questioning whether we can do it. At this point, I expect our offense to be dynamic. Now, what does that mean? How does it look? I don't really know yet. And that's why the thumbnail is what it is. If those two guys, if Terrence Steele can get back to his Pro Bowl form, which all indications are that he can, and if Tyler Guyton, as Phil pointed out, has put on a lot of muscle. When I say a lot, 10 pounds of muscle is a lot. Let me just categorize it. 10 pounds, 15 pounds, whatever you put on is a shit ton of muscle to convert. Thomas will tell you, he goes to the gym. That's a lot of muscle to convert into man. So if he can be anywhere close to what we hoped he would be, then there's not going to be any skip. We're going to be dynamic offensively. And I think the strength, talent-wise, is on the defense when you look at all the first round draft picks that we have allocated to that side of the ball. I mean, this is a highly talented football team. People that are overlooking it, that's fine. Overlook it. Does a lot have to come together? Yeah, it does. But we, as Cowboy fans, are looking at the half glass full type of positivity.
That's
where it is, right, Phil?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, you got the ones that, they want to believe that the glass is half empty. I think that's a really great analogy in that sense, and that's just how you're looking at each spot. You can look at the injuries and go, oh, well, they're coming off a lot of injuries. I understand that, but again, we were missing these guys for how long? We're happy that they're coming back from injury. Think it's just the two different mindsets when you look at these guys coming back, and so we look at the positiveness. Where they're like, well, he gets burnt a lot. Well, I know when he wasn't injured and he wasn't getting supposedly burnt, he was also 11
What's up,
interceptions, and the
Flip?
other one was 5 interceptions returned for touchdowns with 7 or 8 during the season. So I mean, the production is there when they are on the field. It's just just like any corner, a corner's going to get burnt at some point. So I think they're always going to have some kind of film on it. But I like the depth that we have behind it. I think that was my big worrisome when the two guys went down. We were like, okay, what do we have? We're just pulling, and just trying different people in spots. It felt like that. I was surprised that Micah didn't get back there at some point.
Yeah, me too. Virus, you there? Are you alive, bro? Okay, Mark, he's not alive.
I'm here, sir. I'm
Okay.
here, sir.
What's
I
up,
love you.
brother? What are you thinking?
Hold up.
Put down the smoke for a second.
What am I thinking? I'm liking that we're actually this year we're more balanced on the offense and the defense. So like if we do mess up on the defense, I hope the offense kind of counters it, without interceptions and stuff from the wide receivers. I think we should have less than that this year. And the offensive line, we also we
Fucking
better
ninja.
that too.
You got Ultra
What
looks like
the
a
fuck?
fucking ninja. He's like a fucking
Oh, what
ninja.
the heck?
Is that a luchador mask, Ultra?
It's a luchador.
What the hell?
I want to
Genie
party
Shot.
with Ultra.
Where's the vampire?
He has
Looks like a luchador
middle
mask or
fingers
something.
A fucking
sunglasses. That's what
ninja
they
sitting
are.
there.
Is he wearing a Parsons jersey though?
My man.
With the Pickens
What has
hoodie.
he got? Oh no, he's
It's
got
middle finger sunglasses.
That's all it needs to be said. Come on now. How do you not love that? How do you not love
Yeah.
that? What's up, Hamid? Even Hamid's in the house. That's a hypothetical, Coyote, given that we are
Oh,
twerking about George and free agent signings y'all made. And let me see what you're saying. Mouse in the house. Yeah, again, Mouse, there's a lot of ifs. We're not, again, me and Phil, if you watched our live stream, if not, go check it out on Primetime. Phil, again, please, if somebody put the link in the chat. If you, Chris, do me a favor, put the link of last night's broadcast. Go check out the graphics on that channel. It's second to none. I'm telling you. I want somebody to tell me what YouTube channel is bringing a better graphics than what Phil brings, and I'll.
Thank you, man.
I'm dumbfounded. So much so, I got my wife saying, "Well, how come you can't do that?" Oh, okay. How come you can't cook like my sister? You know what I'm saying? And she has nothing to say.
Ooh.
Yeah.
then, yeah,
Oh, I
that-
said it.
So it
got
cost the
ugly.
boy.
That's bad.
It got ugly, Thomas. Right before she
If I
went out
said
to
some
get her
shit
haircut.
like that, I'd be out on the streets.
No, the house is in my name. So, no, I'm playing. It is in my name, but I'm playing. Obviously, she's out.
Well, it's in
She's-
my name too, but it didn't.
yeah, I know.
It don't matter though. It
It's
don't
gone,
matter.
right? It's gone,
No.
virus, right? It doesn't matter. Half is gone
Yeah.
regardless. Now,
Yeah.
it's all love, but what I'm saying is she's getting ready to go on a trip. I had to take off work next Saturday to take her to the airport. She's going to San Francisco for a full week. So,
Nice.
Whoa.
yeah, she's
Thank you,
going to
Linda.
visit her aunt. So, it's
Whoa,
going to
you
be
got-
fun.
You got the house all by yourself,
Well,
then.
yeah, all
Better
by
take a
Oh,
myself.
she's coming to my area then. She's coming up in my area. Then.
All,
What's
yeah,
up?
yeah, all by myself with my 3 boys and 2 of their girlfriends living here. It's a busy, busy house. That's why I tell people, you can stay here. You can stay on the reclining couch. That's about all I got left in my house. There's no rooms available. But Willie Vassar, what's going on? D'Angelo Cranston, how is your back? My back is good, bro. What's up, D'Angelo? I don't know what that means, but it's pretty good, man. Mark Hutchin, the main thing is we have a good backups. Again, it's weird how that works. Mark Hutchin, I think we're very deep this year. We were very thin last year. We were very deep the year prior. Again, there's no rhyme or reason. I don't know. Me and Phil tried to figure it out. They had money under the cap last year. Why did they choose to do what they did? I don't know, Phil. Going back to you, just tell everybody your opinion on why they did what they did last year and why the change this year.
Oh, my philosophy was that it was more on Mike McCarthy than it was on anything. I think it was that spitefulness. What happens when you do not have to worry about your job? Like you
Bingo.
start doing these type of shit, you're not worried about your job. Oh, if I have him go, well, it's a prove it year for Mike McCarthy. You know what? We've been doing things. You're on your last year. We need to make sure that you can win with what you have before we move forward with any kind of plan to extend you or with any kind of plan of getting you weapons or anything any input that you really truly have to say. And so that's what we had to deal with last year. We had to deal with that prove it crap, and I don't want to waste a contract by getting a coach out of here instead of admitting a waste or a mistake. I'm just going to let this ride out, and then I'm going to go from there. But I think that's what it was. I think it was just spitefulness, and then of course now you get a coach that you're trying to set up for success. That maybe you have some things you're maybe lacking, but so you're trying to fill those other ones, so at least he doesn't have as many worries as your previous head coach.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. And for whatever reason, it seems like, I don't know, I guess everybody in their own lives could maybe attest to this. The more money you have, the less you're willing to be free with it. I got people, and you said this multiple times, I got people up by mail route who don't have two nickels to rub together, but come Christmas time, they feel to put $5 in a card and say, thank you for your service. I appreciate it. But I wish they would keep their $5. Whereas I got literally, if anybody watched my live streams when I was delivering towards around the holidays, I got some big, big houses at the end of my route. I mean, like $2 million houses, easy.
Yeah, they ain't giving you anything.
And a lot of them don't give nothing.
Mhm.
I mean, I kind of think it's out of sight, out of mind, but I don't know. The more you got, the less you hold on to, right? So, and as this transitions, to the Cowboys, I feel like the Dallas Cowboys don't want to pay a quarterback not to coach. I mean, a head coach not to coach. They're not gonna pay a lot of dead money to Dak Prescott necessarily. They really do hope he can be the guy. They don't want to pay him 60, 70, 80 like what the Eagles had to do with Carson Wentz. They don't want to have to do that in Dallas. Now, we'll see. This is a big year for Dak. I think after this year, it becomes more feasible to be able to eat the remaining guaranteed money on Dak's contract, a la a Carson Wentz. I want Dak to succeed, but the weight of the world is on his shoulders. To me, he has to get to the championship game this year. Now, I'm not saying they're going to do anything if he doesn't, but in my own mind, knowing what they did offensively, all the pieces are put together. If you're going to talk about any sort of weakness, and we're getting picky here because if you go to every NFL roster, there's holes everywhere, right, Phil?
Yeah. I agree. What do you guys think in that sense? Where, when it comes to the offense, you do. I'm gonna assume you're thinking running back, right?
Well, running back and one technique. That's probably the two areas of the team that could use a boost, right?
100%.
So my question to you, Virus, is are we good enough running back wise, or you need to see Jaden Blue play, or do you think we need another?
We can get a vet in there. Like I'm cool for another vet inside there, and Blue can put behind a vet like Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I'm okay with Chubb. Pause, but you know what I mean. I am. I'm definitely okay with Chubb. So, I don't think it'll cost much. But I think more importantly, outside of running back, I think is one technique. Somebody's got to step up.
I would agree. My running back would be my own thing because you need something other than the passing game. And what's your only counter? The passing game is one position is the runner, and he needs to in some way be a threat. They need to be able to worry about if Dak goes back to passing, he actually draw plays this guy, because he spread that defense out, that our guys aren't going to just be able to get him in one tackle. So do we have that on the team? I think we have guys are capable. Do we have that for 3 downs?
What's up,
You know,
Miguel?
that's the questionable part. So I think that's by committee thing. I think you have it in house. Is just how well is it going to transition onto play into, you know, and I think again, Clayton Adams is going to be a big part of that success if it is, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why it's going to be on our offensive line, man. It has to be the future thing. You
Yeah.
know, that offensive coordinator we got, I like his attitude. Like I said, violence and, you know, hitting with some violence. I mean, you have to, you know, and from what I hear, when I hear him, this is what I hear. And when I'm hearing people putting on weight and stuff, I'm kind of thinking that's what we're probably going to be. Because, you know, we have had a hard enough time stopping the run to begin with. And you got to counter that by being able to control the clock, but let alone let that defense, you know, be healthy enough to get back out there for another drive. Because these guys, man,
Well, yeah. You
you
let your
know,
offensive line go ahead and destroy, you know, hit the defensive lines instead of the defensive line hitting your offensive line with the passing, you know. So yeah, I
so I
definitely see
think
what you're
running the
saying.
game and setting the tone is very important for us in all those aspects.
Yeah.
That's just me. I'm excited for it too.
Yeah, I'm excited for it big time. Dustin Bosley, what's up, brother? He says, there's the rumors of Chubb. Well, Chubb is out there. Okay. I think Dallas
Everybody's rumored to us, right?
Yeah, I think Dallas is
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
mode of they
I
have their
think
team.
Dallas is done with free agent. I
I
don't
don't
think.
think so.
I don't think so, but
Loyal, I
don't
think
think
they
so.
are in a mode of, they want to
June
see what
1st?
they have now and then make
June
sure and
1st?
double down because they want to be able to extend. And we could talk about it. There are multiple guys on this team that are due for contract. Okay, long-term deals. They want to be able to get to them.
Man, I don't think we're done on free agency. I think they're waiting for next Sunday morning. I think that's what they're waiting for. I think they're
Well,
waiting
they're
for next
already
Sunday
practicing.
morning.
What's
Yeah,
that, Loyal?
when I went to the Star, they were practicing. They're
Yeah.
already
Yeah,
out there practicing right now.
and
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I think they're waiting for next Sunday morning.
And Crowley
with June
says
1st.
if Cowboys get Chubb, that's a good move. Again, Crowley, just remember, Eagle fans, we are trying to get to you. So when we talk about all these moves, the goal is to knock you off. So that is that's a homage to how well you guys have been over the last over the last year, you've had ups and downs, but your ups have been the highs to the highs, and that's what you want. I will take an up and down, where you don't win a division, then you win a Super Bowl, you don't win a division, you get to a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? That's what I'm okay with. So we're trying to get to the Eagles level. Again, it's easy for us because we sit here in a division with the Commanders getting a lot of public, love. Yeah, we got the Giants getting some love because of all the things they're doing, and the Cowboys are kind of getting crapped on. Pro Football Focus and all this stuff.
Well, let's be honest. Had Baker Mayfield not made a stupid play, Washington wouldn't even be in the conversation right now.
No,
they got lucky against Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield just did Baker Mayfield things.
He did Faker Mayfield.
If it wasn't for that fumble, it would have been everything would have been set up for that Detroit Philadelphia matchup in the conference championship game this past January. Everything would have been set up for them to play for the Super Bowl.
Well, I think Detroit got kind of overconfident and cocky against Washington, and they got caught off guard. And that's why they lost.
They did.
Because they went in there with such a big head. We're the best team in the NFC. We got the best record. We're balling out. And when they played Washington, they got hitting them out. Kind of like we did when we played Green Bay. We went in there overconfident and got hit in the mouth. And that's what happened to Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, Detroit.
Washington caught them with their eyes closed. They did.
Detroit.
Washington
I would chime in here and say Detroit had went through a lot of adversity just to finish the regular season. They were they wanted to finish. They wanted to get through. You lose Aiden Hutchinson, and Phil says, and I trust Phil.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping that he heals past that, but
But I
just the
mean,
recent
what you were
video
saying
didn't look
last
great.
night, I hadn't looked at him that way, Phil. But go ahead and remind everybody what you're seeing from Aiden Hutchinson.
But
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
Phil, they said he's a full go now.
He's a
I mean,
okay, but
just
Is it-
again,
I'm just
we've
saying,
heard
if
that
you
before,
watch the
Thomas.
video, just watch it. Go out there and watch it. I'm not telling you I'm a doctor, and I said no. Just look at him and how he's looking like he's running like Phoebe from Friends. You know, it's wild crap, and it does not look tamed. And if you're a Detroit fan, you should be worried in some way. Now, don't get me wrong, it has not even been a year yet, so he still has a lot of time. But for them to just say, "Oh yeah, it's happening, it's there," no, not when I see from those videos.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with what you're saying. And who we got in here? Ultra, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Are you able to talk, or are you like sealed up in a ninja suit? He looks like he's sealed up. I wanted Ultra's opinion on some of the off-season stuff that's going on, but we can't hear you. So
I was letting you guys talk. That's why.
yeah, I
was
know
just
we talk a
listening.
lot, bro. So my question to you, Ultra, is this: as my thumbnail goes, I mean, I trust your opinion. What is your a key to Dallas success? Honestly, deep down, when you go to bed at night and you close your eyes, what do you think really is the key? Is it the offensive line, or is it Dak Prescott, or is it something I'm not thinking of?
I'm not truly worried about the offensive line. I think with the people that they brought in, I think the offensive line is going to take a big step. One thing that I've seen that with Tyler Guyton, he's gotten bigger. One thing he struggles is with power, and he lunges too much and getting the right technique with his hands. But his feet is good to go. I really don't. I'm very optimistic this year. I really don't have the biggest thing is health and playoff Dak. Those are my only two worries: is the health and playoff Dak. But I think this team will be very competitive. I think they upgraded in a lot of areas. A lot of people are selling this team short because they're thinking it's the 2024 team, and it's not the 2024 team. I love the coaching hires, so I really don't. When that Pickens trade came in, and I think this is the first time that Dak has had these type of explosive weapons.
Yeah, I mean, this is far beyond Amari Cooper. Are we not? Or is that ridiculous of me to say that? Is Pickens?
Oh no,
this Pickens
beyond
better than Amari that we traded for? I'm not trying to get carried away, but just compare that move for me. Either
We
one.
got Des Jr., Des Bryant Jr. That's what we got.
Yeah, athletic wise, he's beyond Amari Cooper. Athletic wise,
Athletic is a smart word to use because I agree with you. Athletically, he is. We know. I don't believe he's a better route runner than Amari, which in the NFL
Amari
might be more important. Honestly,
100% Clemente. Sorry,
but I believe he's more of a
good.
dangerous wide receiver than Amari Cooper. I think he's more dangerous. Look at the numbers he was putting up there with basket weavers as quarterbacks. And he's very explosive. He catches the contested catches, the way he torques his body. I think he's outstanding. But the other two things that I really like is now you have Turpin that runs a 4-3. You got a Blue at a 4-3. You bring those two guys in. You have Ferguson at the tight end.
That's what I was trying to say last night, Ultra. Exactly what
solid.
Me and Phil were talking about. The speed on this team is, again, Eagle fans, we're not saying we're winning the Super Bowl. We're coming for your meats. Don't get me wrong. We're definitely coming for all the meats. But we are excited about the possibility of this team. Now, Ultra, a lot has to fall in place for us. We need our coach to not be a failure, right? We don't know what he is as the main man. We hope he's all that and more. He has a pedigree of being that. We hope that Clayton Adams, right, Phil? We hope that he comes in and he's able to continue what he's been doing in the NFL with an average talent pool and making them above average. And we got to hope that Eberflus, who Ultra likes to say, brings the run defense or the overall defense into a top 10 status year one. Am I overboard in all my thinking, or is it a glass half full type of situation, or we're just expecting to do what we've seen these people do already? No, I mean, and Phil,
I think you put
Ultra,
the right formula together, right? I mean, that's all you can really do in the beginning. I think that's what Cowboy Nation has been bitching about for the past couple of years is that they just, we're player acquisition 365. I was bitching about this last night where, yeah, it is, but that doesn't mean that's what you're doing. You're not doing that. You're signing one guy and you're like running away. Hey, look, man, we did it. It's like that doesn't get us excited about anything. And I think last year proved that with not showing up to training camp, not showing up to any of that stuff, not talking about how we were going to do this. And, even people that were, those Cowboy fans that rant, we're going to Super Bowl every single year. They weren't even doing that, man.
No.
And so to go into that and then to get injured, like as much as they did, it was a double whammy. And by the end of the season, the attendance started dwindling, and then all of a sudden Jerry and them had to have noticed it, and so they needed to do something this year to at least to get the hype. You can't be a circus what's that guy, the one in the center, kind of the ringmaster there, kind of getting them all excited about it. You can't get them excited about the clowns back there if that's what they are. There's nothing but clowns. You need some entertainers, you need some acrobats, you need some guys that are going to get people excited, and I think that's what we went out and did. So
yeah,
They addressed their depth. That was their issue last year. Last year, if they all would have stayed healthy, they would have made the playoffs. There's no doubt in my mind they would.
Exactly.
They did one thing. They learned from their mistakes and said, okay, we got to beef up the depth. And that's what I believe they did in free agency. And they had, in my opinion, they had two impactful things that occurred this offseason: the trade for Pickens and the signing for Fowler. But they really addressed their depth. And now everybody has to compete for a job.
Which is what you want, right, Alter? That's the idea. I mean, again, I think a team, and just real quick, I think like we're a team, especially like an Eagle team, which I like what the Eagles have done. I do like what they've done. They didn't bring back their, it's a gamble. It's definitely a gamble what they've done, but they've let some high-powered talent go, and now they're going to lean on young talent. Right? But that could bite you, right, Ultra? That could also bite you. Letting a Milton Williams and a Josh Sweat and Brandon Graham retiring and not re-signing a Mekhi Becton and letting your two starting corners. Now, Bradbury wasn't starting by the end of the year, but James Bradbury, Darius Slay, starting corner, right? Letting your playmaking safety go. We're not talking one or two moves, people. We're talking a lot of moves. And to think that, Dallas is going to fail with all their new moves, but the Eagles are going to succeed with all their new moves is just a failed
just even
logic.
Even to get your players excited. I mean, let's be real. I mean, getting your players involved and wanting to be a part of that culture, and you hear about it in the interviews. I'm looking right now on Twitter and I see Wanye Thomas's tweet about 2 hours ago. It's just a shot of him with number 2 on, giving kind of a low 5 to Shoddy, and it just says fun
he's
again.
number 2. Nice. I like it.
It says
Jordan
fun
Lewis,
again.
Fun again. Nice.
And that's what you want. Like right there. That's what you want. You want these guys to
Is that what he
to
said?
enjoy
Fun
what
again?
they're doing. It says fun again.
The description, yeah.
I love that. I see.
What-
That's what it's about. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Phil.
No. That's exactly. I wanted you guys to comment to that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I love that, man.
And I mean, that's what you've been hearing, even with Jadon Blue, where he comes in and they interview him, and that's one of the first things he talks about is the culture and the way he's feeling.
Thank you, Mark
Pickens coming in there and saying it as well. I mean, that's huge. And I know that they like to do things very, there's a very theatrics to it, but at the same time, you need to have that camaraderie, that family. Just this thing. I just went to a soccer meeting this morning where we have a new team. Last year we didn't have that. The coach itself. I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get a little bit personal on that one. That we had a coach last year in our soccer league, and there wasn't that drive. There wasn't that, hey, everybody come together and we'll hang out or any of that stuff. And so tournaments, any of that stuff. So we would just kind of like the game would end, we'd all walk away. And this year, this coach goes, we're going to meet up at 11. We're going to have pizza. and everybody just sitting there. We're talking about the season, and there's a different camaraderie. There's a different
And
atmosphere.
you guys
Everybody's
want to play for
excited.
each other. You guys are playing
Yes,
for
and we
each other,
want to
not
be
just
there.
Well,
yeah.
okay, and I'll
Die for your next man,
yeah,
kind
and
of
I'll
thing.
start with this: the culture that has been built in Philly, and it hasn't been that long. Because if you think about it, this was on a teeter totter just a year and a half ago, when they lost 7 in a row, and they were calling Jalen out and all the. It literally turns on a dime. It's all I was trying to tell Logan and everybody. All the not all, but like some of the Eagle fans that take it from. And I know you guys hate the Cowboys. I know. So just leave them out of your mind for a minute. It changes like quickly. It really does. What New England has done is not easy to do. It takes a Hall of Fame mega quarterback, Tom Brady, who has just come out and said he wants to be the quarterback of the flag football in 2028 at the ripe old age of 44 or 43, whatever the hell he's going to be, 45, whatever he's going.
All we need is Olympics for old farts.
Thanks, Mark Hudson. I appreciate your support, brother. Me and Phil really appreciate.
I'm sorry. This is the time where Lamar Jackson being the quarterback actually makes more sense.
Yes,
so, like,
bingo. Talk some
sorry,
sense.
Tom. I'm not gonna have a fucking statue back there. Just it's like, oh, everybody take your pictures every snap because he's not moving. Just go ahead and take a picture.
Flag.
Like if you go to take a picture of Lamar, you're like, blurry, blurry, blurry. God dang it, Lamar.
Yeah, be thinking
that's what I need in my flag football, not some crappy, like Tyreek Hill avoiding child support payments and shit. I need that. I need that kind of movement.
That's why he's so fast.
I mean, we get caught up. I was talking to Drew a little while ago. We get caught up into like the crap talking, but at the end of the day, Dallas has been a very relevant team. Just because we haven't won a Super Bowl, it's not easy. There are 12 teams that have not won a Super Bowl. I know Eagle fans.
Green Bay,
Dallas.
29 years to win one.
I mean, Detroit. Just think about being a Detroit Lions fan. You had everything on the table last year. You had suffered injuries. I get it.
People got tattoos, man. People got tattoos. They thought it was their year. They thought it was.
Me and Phil were at the draft. We heard all the bullshit. They were flexing. They expected to be in the Super Bowl. And it didn't work out for them. Could you imagine being a Lion fan? They have never won. A VHS, Laserdisc, high definition, it doesn't matter. They've never been those.
Get excited about the game too. That you're, we could win that. No, not even that.
Exactly. So, we lost somebody. But it's
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a question for you. Which interior offensive line you think is going to be better than the Dallas Cowboys with the three of Tyler Smith, BB, and Booker?
If I had to, man, that's going to be tough because that's
a
really
tough
good
question.
I
think they're studs. I think that's arguably. I know people are going to get mad. I'll let Phil go, but I really think we could be the best interior.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to average our whole line, I mean, it makes it's a whole different conversation. I mean, we all understand that. We understand our tackles are question marks. But that interior, that's where I'm like, I love Cooper Beebe. I really love Tyler Smith, and then the addition of Booker, man, that combination, man. I haven't seen three guys on the line since I saw Travis Frederick, Tyron Smith, and Zach Martin together, and that's where I got excited. And they weren't even all three together. So this is to be able to play off each other. That's a hard question.
Yeah,
it reminds me of the Kansas City's Kansas City offensive line back in the '90s. The big front
when Marty Schottenheimer was there.
Yeah, Will Shields.
When Marty Schottenheimer was there. See how
it reminds me of that front.
Huh.
If you go back and compare it, it almost reminds you of the same thing.
Yes, it was Denver.
Just no fullback, unless it's Hunter.
Mouse. Tyler Steen was so good that they had to bring in Becton.
Yeah, nobody's saying he's a bum, Mouse. That's the thing. There's a happy medium from being a bum and being a Pro Bowler. That's all we're saying. Nobody's saying Tyler Steen can't do the job, but it would be a lie if we said that you didn't. It would be egregious to say that Tyler Steen is a risk compared to Mekhi Becton. That's all we're saying. We're not saying it's going to fail. It could succeed. It very well could succeed. What's up, Crowley? Crowley had some good things to say. Let me get to Crowley's Crowley asked, he said, Booker is going to be the best, in my opinion. I like BB, though. Just remember, Crowley, that Terrence Steele was a Pro Bowler, right, Ultra? He did make the Pro Bowl, correct?
He did make the Pro Bowl. He was a Pro Bowler, yeah.
All pro. Landon
All-pro.
Dickerson's not an all pro. He's an all
Again,
pro.
these are things that I don't like to flex about because we haven't won shit in the playoffs.
And I'm very critical of Steele. Like, I'm one of those ones, if we're going to move away from anything on the offensive line, Steele would be my guy I'd move away from. I put Guyton over there, and I would have gotten that one to left tackle. But right now, I'm all for that, giving Steele the chance. Because I've seen him where he's played great, and he's been that all-pro. So I know what he's capable of doing. So that's why I'm all for it, man. Let's see how he is. Let's see if he can get back into form. And I can't
Iceberg
totally
Slim,
blame a lot of that stuff on him. When you're on one-on-one and getting hit
Bobby
like a
Murphy.
turnstile, that's a little different. But when the coaching staff isn't helping you as well because of the scheme, I really have to kind of go with that, because that offensive line coach was really pissing me off for the past couple of years.
Agreed. Ultra?
You know what's funny too? If you look at BB's numbers compared to Jurgens, he had better numbers and he never played center in his life. So the sky's the limit for BB.
Bingo. And
He looks bigger this year.
We
He
can
looks way bigger.
transition into that, right, Phil? BB has
was eating
never
the peanut
played
butter.
center since high school. Just think about that. Everybody in the chat, whether you're a Cowboy fan or a Cowboy hater, this guy who played center last year, who graded out per Pro Football Focus. I mean, Drew was already laid out. That's the end, and Rob, that's the end all, be all of stats. Cooper Beebe should have made the Pro Bowl ahead of.
Yeah, Linda, it's understandable. But he
ahead
hasn't
of the
played
Eagle
one
center, but
down in
again,
the
Pro Football Focus isn't always right, unless they are right. I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused. But Cooper
Yeah, Linda, but
Beebe,
you're right. It hasn't played one down in the NFL, but also has played in national championships and
Who we talking
playoff
about?
football and all that kind of stuff. They're just talking about Booker. Talking about
Yeah,
Booker.
yeah.
And
Again,
we're not saying that he's going to come in here and
Booker
nail.
as the number one. I'm going to go with Tyler Smith because of all is Tyler Smith, and this goes to Ultra's question: who is the best in our opinion, or my opinion, IMO? Who's the best? Well, that would be Tyler Smith, because all as Tyler Smith has done since coming into the league is have Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl. Okay, that's all he's done. Has any All Pros, Ultra? Do you know? Did Tyler Smith have any All Pros, or is just Pro Bowl?
I think he's twice all pro. Let me
Okay, yeah, I'm not
I'll say
positive
he got it at
on
left
that.
tackle. I want to say he got it at left tackle.
Like in the particulars.
And left guard. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
yeah, left guard. So we're talking about the interior, which is center, guard on both sides. We're going with a rookie on the right side, but he's a high-level guy on the right side. What does this mean?
And don't get me wrong. I mean, there's certain things that
Two-time
kind of just
Pro Bowler and sorry, Phil. He's a two-time Pro Bowler and a Pro Bowl, all pro.
Yeah, one
Okay.
All-Pro. That's pretty damn impressive, right, Phil?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when we had it before, I mean, there were the ones that we had before. Let's think. Tyler Biotish. I really feel
We're
like
just
Biotish
trying
got
to
in
lay
there
out
by
people.
by
Hold on a sec for a
default.
sec. We're just trying to lay out why.
Well, I mean,
why we're excited. We're not.
well, where we would be,
yeah.
we would have been fine for a while with Travis Frederick, but we cannot. He gets a disease and stuff. That's something out of their hands. That's not.
Gilliam Barr. As a matter of fact, Phil, you brought him
Go
up.
ahead.
I mean, Tyler Frederick was
Travis
the
Frederick?
reason. Was the reason why Jason Kelsey could not make the Pro Bowl, right? I mean,
Yeah, I know, Linda. I agree. I understand what you guys are talking about. You're trying to compare with Jalen Carter, but it's like Carter's been in the league for how many years, and
Yes.
he's been like a top, whatever. So I mean, with that, with
he's
Booker,
the
it's
number one
like,
overall talent in the draft.
Like
Linda. That's
I
why it
expect
cracks
him
me
to
up.
be able to occasionally get something, but I also have faith that Booker's going to be able to do his thing against him as well
There's
too.
no
If Tyler
reason
Smith was able to,
downgrade Booker
if Cooper
because you're an
Beebe
Eagle
was
fan.
able to, I mean, again, like there's a lot there as well. I'm not saying they're going to dominate him all the time, and that's what you Cowboys fans should be saying. Obviously, we get excited because we didn't have that interior line. Tyler Biotish, let's be real, man. We all know what Tyler Biotish was. As soon as he got hit by a 150-pound linebacker, he was being pushed back. And now you're seeing that in Washington, and that's why I was so excited when they didn't re-sign him. But that's when he got the Pro Bowl, he got that by default, right? I think he, well, let's be real. I think an Eagle went to the Super Bowl, and I think he got in there because there was because Kelsey was because he was in the Super Bowl at the time. So
What's up,
um,
D-Red? D'Angelo
I haven't been
Cranston.
excited about the center of our offensive line because I always feel like the past couple of years, a lot of pressure is being pushed in Dak's face, and he's having to throw like this over a lineman and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel better at least about them being
Think
able
about
to
this, Phil. I mean, he's
protect
going to
them.
be able to step up. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I mean,
a lot
I know
more
they'll
than
have
what he
those
was in.
games, but we will. I mean, this is the There's no excuses. This is, to me, this is the T-shirt that should be made. No excuses. Or
So yeah, and that's
they
that's
won't
not
do
going to happen
that.
either. He's not going to gobble anything up on this offensive line. He's gonna find some success because he's a great player. He's not going to gobble anything up. So yeah.
Yeah, and you got D'Angelo said, didn't Tyler Guyton get benched again? D'Angelo, just a little, just a little background on Tyler Guyton. He started 7 games in college. This was a bottom of the first round guy with a high up ceiling. I mean, a very, very high upside. That's what you want when you're in that second round grade talent at the end of the first round.
Well, yeah, and you're also putting him with a coaching staff that was trying to save their own ass and not develop young talent.
Let's
be real.
And going to Ultra, you agree with Primetime Phil that that the reason why Guyton was benched was to basically not learn on the job and cost Mike McCarthy his job. I mean, he was just trying to find somebody so has the less risk as possible, right, Ultra? Do you think?
I think he was benched because, like you said, I think McCarthy wanted to save his job.
That's
and kind of,
and it was probably smart, right, Ultra? I mean, save the
smart
player as well.
I don't think. I think if you see in his first 4 games, he gave up 4 sacks. Then after that, he only gave up 2.
All pros, right?
Correct,
I mean, he was going against Myles Garrett and all them, right?
We won that game, by the way, against opening day. Myles Garrett had 0 sacks against Dak Prescott with a rookie, Tyler Guyton. Again, what happens in the NFL, people, is tape gets made, and you have to adjust. And when you're talking about a guy with 7 games played in college, or at least at the University of Oklahoma.
You know what's funny? The Eagles criticize Guyton and all that kind of stuff. Cam Jorgens was on the bench his whole first year.
Again,
Mailata
we didn't
took
have
him 2.5 years.
2.5 years for Jordan Mailata to be a starter, Bobby Murphy. What's up, Bobby? What we're saying is that he had the luxury of being on the bench for 2.5 years. Jordan Mailata, who I love, by the way, arguably the best tackle in the game. 7th round draft pick, right? This is why when like Drew or somebody else says, "Oh, you're counting on a 7th round pick." Well, you did. How come you can, but we can't? That's all we're saying.
Man, my whole thing, guys, you guys got to bring your intelligent. You guys got to bring your intelligence level up. So when you guys are going to trash talk, you can't just say sucks and this person's like that. Bring it up a notch, guys. Like your intelligent level is like a 3rd grader right now, and it's just come on, man.
What happened?
This is a more intelligent chat. Well, let's bring it up. Like if you're going to say somebody sucks, like really get in. Osa's a nobody. Like come on, man. Like come on, bring some game to it, dude.
Osa's a nobody. He's a Pro Bowler. What are you talking about?
But that's what I'm saying.
He's talking about the chat.
There's an egging there, and that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna troll, do it at another level. Come on, man.
Randy, are you there?
Half-ass trolling.
Yeah, I'm here. How y'all doing today?
Dude, you at the golf course?
Huh?
Are you at the golf course?
No, I finished up. I shot an 83 today.
Does you sound like you're in your car or something?
I'm in a freaking storm.
What's up,
he's like, I'm on the toilet.
83. That's good, bro.
Hey, what I'm gonna do is put it on mute. Listen to y'all.
Dude, that's a great score, 83.
Yeah, man. Look at that.
That's nice. Look at you. I like it.
Yeah, Jordan Mailata, Olympic gold medalist too.
Wow.
Well, they got a great O line. They do, but they had to sit. I mean, just to be real, you can't go by a lot of that too.
Yeah.
Sometimes people in front of them are better, or I think what a lot of the time with the coaching staff that we had before, like where you hear Shoddy talking now, we're gonna put the best 5. Now, obviously that's up for debate, and we don't know what he's really truly going to do, but that wasn't how these other guys is like. Look, we have this guy, but this is my guy. These are veterans. I want these guys in because I feel comfortable knowing that they're going to know what to do. And so that was their kind of their mindset all the time. And so you were leaving a lot of stuff that was, on the bench. Like, for example, I'm a big believer that Wanye Thomas is a baller. And you bring him in and in his college at Georgia Tech, all this kind of stuff, you just saw him making a lot of interceptions. And I'm not saying he's the man who's going to be all pro or a Hall of Famer or Ring of Honor or any of that stuff. I just know that he makes turnovers, and since he's been in the league, that's what's happened. And then you don't put those guys in, so it means things. What were you saying, Randy? I think he was probably just coming by. Everybody, I know. I guess everybody just that rain got everybody to just disappear.
Honestly, I believe Eagles fans, Blue Chew are Cowboys fans. They dream about us. They fantasize about being a Cowboy fan. That's all they do is talk about the 2 fucking Super Bowls. They forget the whole history.
They're our little brothers.
I agree, Linda. Mozzie needs to get better by the end of last season. So in this beginning of the season, he needs to show something there. Because if nothing, then you're not definitely picking up the 5th-year option on his stuff, and whether he resigns, that's going to be a big thing. I don't usually go by contract years too much either. Too.
Daz, how the fuck you draft Rager over Jefferson?
Mouse with 99 prime time. Just describe Ultra Cowboy. The love that we have here, I love it, man. This is great. The NFC, but we're all relevant, man. Let's be real, man. Even where the Giants were struggling, previous years, they're in the top of that draft. Get a good draft going. A couple of good signings. I don't know about the signings. And then look at them now, man. I think everybody's gonna have a tough schedule, though. That's the one thing that we can all kind of agree on. If you don't get a hot start, it could be a rough season.
Jimbo fantasize about 57 years for finally winning one.
He's made more than one, but I mean, he's definitely made some great ones. Definitely a lot more recent success than like Jerry. Jerry with all his moves, I think he was ballsy like that earlier. Now he just doesn't have that. I think there's been some trades that have really kind of like. They gave him PTSD, and then he no longer wants to do these trades and stuff. He's just like, I don't want to look like the fool. It's like, well, you're already looking like a fool by not doing anything. So you might as well look like the fool the other way around. At least that's a gamble.
True that.
Has anybody ever been watching any of this UFL?
No.
Like I see occasionally I'll see a game on, like, oh yeah, I guess that's happening right now. And then I'll watch a little bit, but then by the time I notice, like I'm being distracted by other things. So
and I don't got a team that I want to watch, when I don't got a team to watch, it's not fun to watch. Or I have like fantasy football.
I don't have that.
Yeah.
And I want to watch it. Like it's
same.
I don't know. I want to, but it's just I can't.
That's kind of how I'm with college. I don't watch college very often.
Like I want to support it. I want to, I'm like, I honestly rather watch WNBA games. I mean, I think those are a little bit more exciting than some of these UFL games and stuff. So, at least there's some drama and stuff in that other one. Like, it's a little WWE action. Get the 2 teams to start talking trash before it, and then do it like the old XFL type. Well, instead of doing remember the coin toss? They didn't do the coin toss. They threw the ball on the field, and the 2 guys from each team like ran and go grab the ball.
Almost move the queer kind of type of thing. Yeah.
Philly fans, imagine drafting a wide receiver at 10 and never making one fucking Pro Bowl.
Wow.
Brian, go to eat lunch. He's like.
He's all, the show is yours now, Phil. Now take over.
I gotta bring my graphics over. He'll give me a moment. So.
Yeah, I want to be Superman, man. Next time, all right? Yeah.
That one was interesting. I was excited about that one. I was telling Brian about that one. I was all like, I was trying to make these things, and it was like they weren't extremely accurate, but like 1 out of 20 would be. And I was like, all right, that's all I need. I need 1 out of 20.
No, that was neat. I was really digging that.
Cool.
I'd like to see him pick up a couple of players. You know what?
Yeah, June 1st. Hopefully after June 1st. So,
shout out to Mouse with the super chat. He says, Primetime just subscribed to Ultra Cowboys. I don't know what that meant, but I missed it. But
Well,
Probably when I'm
thank
talking
you.
shit. Where he's
Yeah.
like, "We're gonna win it every year," or something. That's probably when I
what-
was talking.
yeah, what you can know about this channel is we haven't said we're gonna win it every year.
Dude, I don't think we.
That's
Since we
not
started, I
something
don't think
we're
we've
gonna
been
say.
saying something we've said. We just
We
haven't
just
said
want to
that
be
since
happy
we
about our
started.
squad, right, Phil? I mean,
Yeah.
we feel.
There's
Last year,
certain fans and certain content creators that alluded to it, but other than that,
I mean, listen,
not
Chris,
very many people.
think
I've
about
seen
this,
it in
Chris.
chats before.
Just think about this, Chris. Last year at this time, well, prior to the draft, we hadn't done any moves, not one re-sign of any
No.
shape,
True.
I mean, anything going
Not
into
even
the
a
draft, and then we did
rebranding,
some
no
kind
nothing, no.
of bottom feeder moves. This is a
New
totally
grocery
different
bags.
year.
New toilet
It's
paper.
a different year. I agree with that.
New toilet paper in the
It's just-
stalls. no
Gotta love the
nothing.
new toilet paper, as long as it's not like it has to be 2-ply. If it's not,
Yeah, but it wasn't
2-ply,
even.
Yeah.
It has to
wasn't
have
even new
Eagles
toilet paper.
logos on it, guys, because Eagles toilet paper has.
Dude,
to
Dallas
have
should totally do that.
Oh,
All
there he
NFC
is,
East.
Joe. I'm going to make Joe a channel. Again, what's up, Cowboy Nation? Watching from Italy. I got to make you a mod, brother, just because you keep coming in
And that's when I got in there.
from
was,
Italy.
like,
I
in the-
love that, bro.
I
Thank
got
you
in
so
the
much.
'80s, early '80s of and that's when Tom Landry and all that whole thing was that. So that's where I get to see the different coaches and stuff. I think that's kind of cool.
Dread.
There's ones where I look back and I go,
Guantanamo
"Oh," and I
Bay,
shake my
make
head.
cash out.
And I was
Pickens.
actually one of those young fans that I got excited about Shane Gailey. I remember,
You
like being young
really?
and being
You were
excited
excited about Jan
I was-
Gill?
He was good with Pittsburgh, man. He has some good.
And then he came here, and I was like, okay, that one I was wrong on.
I remember, Phil, this was early on. I had bought this house. It's a few years prior, and it was like early DallasCowboys.com. I remember being in the other room watching Chan Gill, like press conferences, and I'm like, so excited. Did he not come from Pittsburgh? Was I wrong?
Yeah, he did. He came from Pittsburgh. Yep.
I agree with you. He was an offensive mind. Yet another example of just because you're a good offensive mind doesn't mean you can be a head coach.
I remember being young though, and I didn't concept it totally understand all the way, but I remember
were
not
in
being
college,
excited about
probably.
Dave Campo.
Throwing dimes.
I was like, "What
I
are
just
we
remember
doing?"
when he
here?
brought in Ernie Mills and Tim Lester from Pittsburgh. I thought, man, Moose was gone. I was like, well, that's going to help, and we need another receiver.
That's all
in
we
the
got,
slot.
Atlanta.
I thought we were going to be better, but unfortunately, no. Only thing I got to see
What's up,
positive was
YouTube J Capilot? What's up, brother? Eagles have
Okay.
20 playoff wins, 13 divisional titles, 4.8,
We're
4
gonna do
Super
the whole
Bowl
history thing. Are we
appearances,
doing the history stuff? Or are we
2
doing
Super Bowl
only do the-
wins, 8 NFC championship games, 25 years compared to Dallas, 2 wild card games. Again, that's great, Daz. But when we die,
This is what we
all
do.
your
Yeah, but that's
This
what we
is
do.
what I
still
have
the
to
same.
say
We cut
about
the
this.
line. We cut the line right here. Yep.
Oh, thank you.
This is where it goes. Since then,
Baseball look very good to me.
that's when the NFL started. So.
There it is. Crowley says Ramsey is washed. But again, when you die, Daz,
Like a couple hours ago. Okay.
when you die, Daz, all it's going to mean is you got 2 Super Bowl champions. That's all that matters. I'm sorry to tell you, bro. Again, I would love more playoff wins, but again, we had Danny White who made it to 4 straight NFC championship games and couldn't get over the hump because why? Why you say Daz? Daz? I have to mute.
Mute you.
There you go. Why, Daz? Because Dallas wasn't good enough overall as a team. That's why. That's why Detroit hasn't made it to a Super Bowl. They weren't good enough overall as a team. Why Detroit Lions? They weren't good enough as a team. Why Dallas Cowboys recently? We're not
I
good
like
enough
that
as
picture.
a team. That's
That's
it.
funny.
Anyway, go ahead. What's funny?
Look at Drew's picture. This is hilarious.
Dak is a giant compared to all those guys. That's all I gotta say.
Oh God, I love that. Oh, I
That was
reached
good.
out to Drew. Me and Drew were cool. I just want him to know where I
Oh, dude, whenever we're
where
mad,
I
like,
stood. I need Drew on the channel just as much as I told him if he ever starts a channel, I'll be the thorn in his side. But again, it's
absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way.
It is what it is. Just again, I just want people to understand. I don't want a channel where we're just a homer. We're great. Everybody sucks, even though the stats and the actual results, say otherwise. Ultra, and I'll go out to Ultra. What do we got to do if you're still here? Yeah, you're still here. What do we got to do to get over the hump this year, bro? Is there anything specific, or is it just as simple as Dak's got to play better in the playoffs?
I think if they establish the run and Dak can do play action, and in the beginning of the playoff games they start running the football, I think they can be very competitive in the playoffs. I think they need to do something to put Dak at ease to begin the games. I think if you see Dak in the beginning of the games of the playoffs, he struggles, but then after the shell shock sets in, he gets relaxed, he plays a lot better.
What's up, Jeff?
So I think they need to figure out something like that for him. So if they can establish the run, I think this team will go pretty far.
Now, my question is, and I'll get Drew in here in a minute, but my question to you is, Ultra, is wouldn't it be nice to start a playoff game where we run the ball, right? We run it and we get a first down. We run it, maybe throw a short pass and get a first down. Just to get the defense saying, okay, we can't really come out stopping the run, right? Instead of having to come out to, it seems like lately, Ultra, everything is we got to pass to open up the run. We got to pass to open up the run. We got to pass. And most of the times, people aren't playing 8-man in a box against us. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to just run the ball, right? Is that what you're saying, Ultra?
Correct. Run the ball, establish the run, and then go from there.
Slap somebody in the face.
Drew, what's up, brother?
And then if they commit, then you can just go over the top with all your weapons, and then you just have them on their.
It's water, everybody. It's just water. Just water.
And you have them. Then you have them on the heel for the rest of the game.
Hello, guys. I'm back now at home.
I had to mute you, bro. You had some noise in the background.
I understand.
Drew, what's going on, man? What are you up to, and what are you doing?
Oh man, busy morning. Just want to say good morning and good afternoon to you fellas. Good to see everybody. Man, just out and about. I just jumped on real quick in a few. I got to jump off here in a little bit, so just wanted to jump on.
Yeah, we enjoy Drew. Again, he knows how to be a thorn on our side, but it's good because it gives us something to talk about. People don't understand that. People just get all their panties in a bunch, and it is what it is. But Elena, how are you feeling, Elena? Game time. I'm not going anywhere. Been down with you since day one. D'Angelo, I appreciate you, bro. Again, we're not haters. We are rivals. There's a difference.
Absolutely.
It is what it is. Joe Tranchina, do you know that the NFC East division has never been to back-to-back division winner in 20 years? So Eagles not win a division this year. From Italy, Joe. Now, the Eagles were the last team to do it, right, Phil, in 93?
I would think if anything is going to be happening, it probably would.
It could happen, Joe.
But it has been I've known another 4 or 5 of those years in the past time where you thought that exact same thing going into it, and it changed. And I was shocked as well.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Again,
I mean,
Eagles are the favorite, people. So we can't act like they can't do it. Eagles are the favorite to repeat. Yeah. Now we know what that means, right? They're the target as well. Things have to go their way. If football isn't just the best team gets there every year, things have to happen along the long road to success in order for it to happen. And I know people don't want to really hear that. They don't want to think about that, but unfortunately, that's facts. If the Eagles want to go back to a Super Bowl and win it, things have to go their way again. Now, not that they didn't overcome some obstacles, because you have to. Even under the best of circumstances, primetime, right? You have to overcome obstacles.
I remember my first state championship that I had. We went there. We had an amazing season, and we played the Jacksonville Bolins, and they were whooping our ass in the first half. And it was just one of those halves where we're just like, wow, this is where it comes to an end. Kind of one of those feelings in the back of your head, even though you're going to go out there, you're going to try your best. But second half, we actually come out and we shut them out, and we win the game in the very end, and we actually win our first state championship. So, I mean, if you get the right mentality, even though, things are going downhill, I think sometimes as a fan, I know I've had my doubts about sometimes with this team and they've been able to push back with some, and yeah, maybe they not get it at the very end, but the fact that they were pushing and they were still in it and not giving up. And but again, it's one of those things the coaching has to put them in the ability to succeed from the bat, because we
Right.
know, when it comes to playoffs, this is when it really the challenge is. Okay, yeah, all that stuff in the regular season doesn't mean anything because that's what you've been doing. It's now. What are you going to do now? And if you are okay, the passing game's not happening and stuff. Now let's just go to the running game. Let's establish it. Remember those times where let's just give Emmett the ball. Troy's not getting in. He's not accurate right now in the Super Bowl. They just gave Emmett the ball. Emmett just ran it
Bingo.
down.
That's
Boom,
what I was
boom,
saying to
boom,
start the
boom.
game off.
And then all of a sudden the offense opens up. Same thing needs to kind of happen. You just need to be able to rely on somebody, and sometimes it's not your quarterback. And it needs to be somebody else on your team.
Sometimes it's your quarterback running the ball. When you drop back
or change of
open.
pace, exactly.
Right.
Yes.
And that's again, we don't know that Dak can do that this year. Honestly, there's a lot on Dak's shoulders, and that's what we're talking about. But Wade
Walker
says,
Wade.
"Happy Memorial Day weekend down in South Texas." Wade, everybody, give a shout out to Wade. We're trying to get him a channel going soon. He's going to Iceland. Wade is getting ready to get on a plane to go to Iceland. Wade is a
very
man
green
of
there.
all continents. So
It's very green there.
yeah, it's
so.
very green in Iceland. It's cold. It's cold as shit right now in
Yeah.
Iceland. So good luck.
But I think it's
wherever
opposite. I think that's what's kind of funny. Is like, and then Greenland is ice and it's like weird.
Yeah. What happened?
Okay, somebody's sharing a.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's me.
Somebody sharing a
I just
note.
hope it's not
Okay.
your hammer,
No,
bro.
I'm sorry.
Hide that
I'm
thing.
And I was like, what
Put
is
that
happening?
Put that thing away, bro. God
I'm
damn,
sorry.
if that's your hammer, we're gonna get demonetized immediately.
No, my bad, guys.
What are you doing? Stop.
Sharing.
Stop it.
Oh no!
Don't share again.
Mo.
What are you doing? How do
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Oh,
I hit
donate
my- I
money
hit
now.
something.
I think that's Chris.
Demo?
Is okay. I think we can draw in here. Okay, I'm gonna go over here.
Are you?
Stop
Well, we can all
sharing.
draw.
What are you doing?
Hey,
Get it off.
and it's the coach's board. It's the coach's board. Oh Lord.
Well, you see here, we run this way, and then we go that way. We catch it there, right?
I don't know
what-
Sorry, I had to stop.
We all just
sharing.
start fucking with
I
it. Oh
finally
yeah,
figured it out.
you can play that game.
God damn, Drew.
Oh my God. I don't
That
know
was
what I
scary
just
for a
did.
second.
That was fun.
The last
Can we
time
play
I saw
tic-tac-toe?
that, that
Watch
girl
it.
had her
Now you're gonna
knockers
see
out.
Brian's next episode. Okay, now we're gonna do the play here.
Well, the last time I saw that, there was a lady with her with her
Yeah, oh, yeah.
knockers out.
I remember that.
All of a sudden, Brian had a flashback. Oh no!
And Chris May is like, "Oh, you gotta." He's like, "You got to get that off of there. You're gonna get in trouble." I'm like, "Dude, I'm trying.
I edited
What are
it.
you
I'm trying." And
I
then I
put-
sent the video to Phil. I still have the video.
I was laughing so hard when I
So,
saw it.
again, I might just
You
do
see the
another
edited
live stream
version?
and do it for everybody because we
at
get
least-
fun stuff like that.
At
Four
least I didn't drop my
objects.
pants like Momo.
You're gonna get in trouble.
My God, who was drawing? Was that you? Who the hell was
That
drawing?
was me.
Oh yeah, it was all of
Me
us. Like,
too.
I think
That
all of
was
us
me.
started doing it by the end. I drew
That's
us a little bit because I figured
Ah,
out that
okay.
Chris was doing it.
I just looked over and go, what the hell? Because
They
you
took
said
me a
something.
minute.
Something
I'm
was
like-
open. I looked over. I'm like, what the hell's this?
That's all I need was
Why
somebody.
can I close it? But it let me draw on it. I'm like,
That's
what
why I
the
started
hell?
drawing on it. I'm like, all right, here we
damn.
go. Draw my name. It's like it's not going
Oh,
anywhere.
shit. That was funny, dude. That was you can't make
Yeah,
this
but you know
up
what?
anymore.
plays.
That might be cool though for prime time. I don't know if you're up to it, man. Since you're the resident, quarterback, man, do little what do you
Plays.
plays like
Yeah,
show
shoot,
like
been like
plays
20
and
something
stuff
years
like
I've done plays, like,
Dude, man,
Break
you,
down the-
dude, you could do some film work. That would,
oh, that's the
Yeah,
thing. Is
I have
break
an
down
idea. Do
text
film
and,
work,
like,
but not about
trailers and-
football. Maybe
I
like
do.
about
I
how
do.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, something.
You can use Madden's
Yeah.
play.
I still
Something
remember
stupid.
how to do that. I
Boom.
trust
You
me.
could
Like
do a little Madden. Boom.
it was always funny because like whenever we'd have a fraternity. I lived in a fraternity, and so we had these Madden, and you would always pick your team, and everybody would have their team, and you would play a whole season. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, who's playing this week?" It goes, "Oh, so and so are playing each other in their team this year." So then you would play the whole season, and then your teams would make the playoffs, things like that. And you would have to it was kind of like the fantasy league where if there was a trade, you had to okay with the rest of the league in order, oh no, you can't be traded for Michael Vick, But like we would do that, but everybody's like, everybody hated playing me because
Right.
You know, you can't play. Fuck, you can't do anything as Phil. The fucking quarterback can read the whole damn field.
Yeah, Phil,
So
you had the advantage, bro. That's crazy.
I had the huge advantage. I would just destroy them in passing, and so so I would win in the end. And so I just felt I was just like, but some of them, I remember my friend, because I went to, I was also a pilot at some point, so I was at pilot school, and so these guys,
You
they
were
were
a
from Italy.
pilot?
Yes, and so there was a
What?
point.
What?
Yeah, so there was a point where
Aviator Brian?
there were some guys
you
and they were like,
fail?
oh, you know, so and so, he's really good at Madden and da 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 da. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's really awesome and everything. He goes, and they're like, oh, and are you? And I'm like, yeah, I used to play and everything. I played, you know, and they're like, oh, you know, you should play him and everything. I was like, and so I went over and I played the friends. And they were like, and I whooped them, and they were just like, damn, I thought so and so was good, and so you should play them, and because he's always talking trash to us, and they really set it up to where they got him going. He goes, I really want to play you, and so when he came, we played. I just destroyed him, and he's like, man, I thought I was good, but I've played professional Madden ones guys, and those guys whooped the hell out of me. So, and I had a fullback on our team that I could never beat. I could be beating him and he would come back and beat me every single time. And like he would win every time. I could never beat him in Madden. So it didn't matter. You always have that one kryptonite, you know?
Yeah, I'm horrible at Madden. I'll just keep on playing, you know, Hail Mary.
Did you get your pilot's license or no?
What's that?
Did you ever get your pilot's license?
Yeah, just my private pilot license, and then for a little bit I was instructing and stuff.
Nice. Look at you. See,
Oh,
we're
look at
learning.
prime time.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay, so he's lived I mean, look at him, man.
It's awesome.
You know, everybody thinks he's Italian. No, he's Spanish.
The
No,
most-
everybody thinks
The most
he's
interesting man on
Yeah,
YouTube.
he
¿Cómo
might
estás?
be.
Bien.
It's always quiet. I don't like to usually talk about a lot of the stuff. It's
Well, I try and bring it out, and I could tell Phil turns like 3 shades. I'm like, why, dude? I'd be flexing
You
that
should,
shit.
Phil. That's
Hell yeah,
hey,
bro.
man.
Be proud of who you are, man.
You,
He's
have
already
to- you
married.
have
He's
to
got
have a-
kids. He's
you
good.
were
He don't
you
need to
were
flex.
like
You
a
have to
number
do that
2
People
most-
quarterback
like
at the
that.
University
Middle
of Oregon.
finger them.
You played
the
with
most
Jonathan
between my
Stewart.
lines.
that true?
Time. You have to do that. The most interesting man on
Yeah,
YouTube.
dude, that's what
Hell
we
yeah.
gotta
Prime
do.
time.
Dude, I think I got the gray hair going in there.
Yeah, well,
as
we
well.
all got gray hair. That's what makes
Oh,
us
Yeah,
distinguished.
even I got gray hair.
Yeah, who cares about that? But anyway, I don't want to keep everybody too long today. A little hour and a half. I mean, again, you might see me every day. You know, I'm off the next. What's today? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm off the next 2 days, so we'll do more. But I just wanted to do a live stream just to talk about everything. I appreciate Phil joining me. Everybody, please sub up to him. It's pinned at the top.
Appreciate it.
Hey,
Appreciate
game
it.
time. Game
Yes.
time. Before you go, man. Okay, I have to say I got a small pork butt resting in my my
Nice,
homemade
nice.
red
I want to do
rub.
some videos on that.
Pork
tomorrow.
belly?
I got some rib tips. Not Momo butts. Pork
We
butt.
don't need Momo butts. That's bad.
Yeah,
news.
but I got also some rib tips that I'm going to prepare too. Got those sitting in a dry rub that I've made.
Nice.
So you know,
Heck
hook
yeah,
it up with the
dude.
sides.
Oh, good. Somebody was talking about oxtail the other day. I was like, oh my God, I haven't
Oh
had
yeah,
oxtail in a
oxtail
long
rice
time.
and peas. Hey,
All
Phil,
about
what,
that.
Some green chili
you're
right now.
Spanish. What do you? What's your?
Well,
what
the
do
thing
you-
about it,
what
I'm
are
Mexican
you-
and Cuban. Born here in America, Mexican,
Oh,
Cuban.
interesting combination.
I
Yeah,
did not
so
know
not in a
that.
very that's not normal usually. They don't usually
It's
get
not.
along very well. But my mom had a thing for Mexicans because even my brothers and stuff like that, you know. And I didn't actually meet my brothers and sisters until I was 24. So even with that, and I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. So it's like, so yeah, so it's been an interesting life, man. I was emancipated when I was young as well too. So yeah,
Wow.
it's been an interesting roller coaster of a world. So
Guess
that's
me
why
if you
it's like
can,
when
huh?
so yeah, I'm a survivor. Let's just say that in that sense. So when my main motive, I think with athletes, a lot of the times, and I think this was me when I was going, I just wanted to be my name to be out there, so my mom and my dad could see it, could kind of like regret the things that they had, you know, done, you know, like oh, you know, oh he I left them behind, kind of thing. And so it was kind of my main motivation. That's usually what athletes have. They have that main motivation that pushes them to get up in the morning when you're you know, oh, you know, I don't really feel like going to do this. Well, what's your main motivation? What gets you up in the morning? And that's what it was for me.
Yeah.
When I ended up meeting her later on, That was actually after my football career, so I still had that same fuel for the whole time. I think it was injuries and just wanting to get my family going that kind of took me out of that. And and there's always those times where I dream that I'm still in it, and those are always amazing. But I don't know. I think this is what it's all about. Like this camaraderie, this talking, to be able to root for different teams, but to
Yeah.
come down when it comes to life, we root for each other. We've
Absolutely.
had our ups and downs. We saw Stewart come and go, and that was a hard thing.
Rashid, we saw Rashid never get to
Rashid
see
as well,
Rashid, yeah.
all
Giants
this
All right,
as well.
man,
exciting
We didn't think
Rashid.
Giant
about them.
stuff. You know what I
But
mean?
look at this. It's all
Yeah.
beyond that, and then this is
To
really
Mark Armstead. Shout
yeah,
out
and this is
to
Yeah,
what I
Stead.
missed
yeah,
about
yeah.
football was the camaraderie in the locker room. But this is what it's about, and then I love it. And even with the trash talking in the chats and stuff like that, I laugh. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. It's just trash
That's
talking
all.
because when it comes down to it, we're humans, and if somebody's suffering, we're there to help each other. So yeah, I appreciate it,
Hey,
guys.
Phil, man, I found new respect for you, brother. And if you're not following this guy, follow him. This guy is a man of all trades, man. Listen, follow this guy, definitely.
Appreciate that.
'Cause I
Yeah,
know I
And
do.
definitely. Again, Phil, he does what he can. He's very, very, very busy with his wife, his
and
girl, his kids, his job, his job, his job. So again, we're getting him to 2,000 and
I
then
live in Idaho.
beyond. That's the goal.
Yeah,
That's the goal.
I
So
do.
Joe
Hey, Phil.
Tranchina, real quick. Joe Tranchina, we need you in Vegas, brother. I know you're from Italy, but we love to have. I mean, listen.
oh yeah, I
That
got
would be
something.
awesome. We've talked about it. We're going to be in Vegas for the Raiders game. So please come and hang out with the Time Brothers and whoever else. I know right now we got Randy, we got Thomas Garrett, we got Mike Ward, William Tilton, West
Brian.
Virginia Country
Got a hell of
Boy,
a crew.
Oscar. That's who we got definite right now.
That dude Rolo just give
No,
you.
now what hotel you go? What hotel you staying in
We're in
Vegas?
Mandalay Bay. It's so we
Mandalay.
walk.
Okay.
We
Motel 6,
literally
Thomas.
walk
Motel
from.
6.
Let me get the super
Oh, okay.
chat.
Now-
Rolo, be sure to hit the like button for the mailman who you're here before heading out. Have a good day.
Appreciate
Thank you,
that.
Rolo.
Thank
You're in
you,
the
Rolo.
hopper, brother. You're in the hopper. So,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
sorry, Thomas. Finish your thought,
Go ahead.
brother.
Peace out, guys.
Take it easy, Chris.
All right, Chris.
No, me and my lady friend, we were just talking about it. You got on, and I thought it was Tropicana, but come to find out they don't kill Tropicana
The truck, didn't they blow up the Tropicana?
in Vegas.
No, that
Yeah.
was at the. That
Yeah,
was.
they blew it
Oh
up.
yeah, that's
They blew it up.
that's
That's
gone.
where that's what
The
that's
new
where New
A's
Stadium's
Stadium.
gonna be at for the Oakland A's.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tropicana's
it's
been
basically
gone.
across the street
Yeah,
from on the same side as the MGM.
Hey,
Yeah,
game
they
time.
already broke ground and
What about
everything for the
that?
stadium.
What about the what is it? The new attraction that they have, the big globe, what that looks like in the
Yeah,
field.
it's
Oh,
called
that
the
sphere?
sphere. The sphere.
The
Sphere?
sphere,
Man,
yeah.
that thing. Yeah, that was pretty
You know what's
cool.
cool, Drew? With the sphere is there's a golf. I'm not a big golfer. I used to golf a lot, but I haven't golfed in years. There's a golf course, right? But how the sphere sits, there's one hole where the sphere is right next to the golf course, and it's like taunting your ass. It's literally a huge ass thing, and it's fucking with you while you're trying to play. I thought that was kind of cool, but yeah,
I just like the whole
sphere.
thing where it follows like the guy, like it's looking at things like when the train goes by, it looks at the train going
Yeah,
by.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's pretty cool. Like the inside of
Yeah.
it, amazing.
It's
I
neat.
definitely want to.
Yeah, that's
I'm
why I
definitely trying to
said
make it out there, guys.
I would love for
That'd be
Drew
awesome.
to come hang with us again. It would be fun. Again, it would. I mean, like it would be. So we'll see. We're trying to do this thing the right way and get as many channel members involved, just to meet us, because you get this this view of us, but then you don't really know.
Well, it's just funny because I think it was when I met Mark for the first time. He's like, "I thought you were short." Like, I'm like,
And then he looked at me
"No."
and he goes, "You are short." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah. All right, Dick. All right, I got you." So, but anyway, that's it for us. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the support. Thank you. Again, just make sure your bell notifications are on, because I don't really know right now. I'll do something tomorrow. I may do a video and post it later, but it won't be a live stream. I'll probably do something.
He's like, I don't even know what I'm going to do until I do it.
Yeah, I don't know because I like it that way. Because if I plan it and then I can't make it, then people get pissed. So, it is what it is. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. What we do know is Eagles obviously are looking to repeat, right?
Right.
You got the Washington Commanders thinking that they're gonna step on the Eagles' toes and take over, and you got the Dallas Cowboys saying, "Wait, don't forget about us," right? So that's what we got going on, and we're gonna talk about it.
And the Giants are like, we got Jackson Dart.
And exactly, we got Dart.
We got
Like, all right,
Scatterboo.
congratulations.
We got
Scatterboo.
Scatterboo. So anyway, all right, everybody,
Scatterboo.
I'm out. They're out.
Yeah, Jackson Dart ain't even signed yet.
Later,
Jackson
guys.
Dart ain't even
Later.
signed yet.
All
All
right,
right, I'll
guys.
talk to everybody later. Peace.
Later.
Later.
All right.
See you guys.